What is up and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are going to be testing out all different smudge makeups. We have primer, setting spray, foundation, lipsticks, lip glosses, concealer, bronzer, duos, highlighters, contour, even a blush from them, eyeshadow palette, brow kit, brow gel, blush palettes, the works. So let's jump right into this video and get started. Okay, so for the first I'm going to try is the Smudge Primer Smooth Skin. Okay guys, we are going to be using the Smudge Primer and it says it's smooth skin for a flawless foundation finish, and that is what I am using on my skin right now. I just thought I'd speed up the video so that it's not an hour long. It does have a bit of a fragrance, that is what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to go in with the Smudge Matte Foundation Stick. It's also got an SPF of 15 in it, and I'm going in with the shade Ivory and Natural to mix to get my perfect color. And I'm just buffing those colors together and getting some, blending it all over the face and covering the skin. Okay, I'm going to go in now with the concealer, the Smudge Perfecting Concealer in shade Ivory, as that is the lightest shade I could find on the day I was getting ready to film, and I'm just going to buff that in to my skin. Okay, now I'm going to cream contour with the Smudge Matte Finish Foundation Stick in the shade Mohogany, which I use all the time and absolutely love it for contouring / it gives it a bit of a bronzy effect as well, and I'm just going to blend that into my skin. Now just making sure that my contour is blending. Now I'm going to go in to set my foundation and contour with a Smudge Pressed Powder in Matte Finish Translucent shade. And I'm just setting my whole face with this powder. Okay, next we're going to go in with the Smudge Natural Bronzing Powder, and I'm going to use the bottom shade, which is the Matte Bronze. It's a very warm tone bronzer if you want to bronze up the skin and get a bit of shimmer, which is what I'm going to do down my neck and on my chest area. Is you could swirl them all in the pan together to give it a bit of a shimmer on your neck and your chest area. So now I'm just working with the matte one at the moment. And as always, I'm going to go in with my powder brush to make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the contour highlighting palette, and I'm going to use the lighter contour shade to contour my nose. back in with the natural bronzing powder, and I'm swirling all the colors together just to bronze up my neck and chest area. Okay, now we're going to go in with our blush palette, and I'm just going to swirl the colors together, and this is in the shade Peaches. So I want to try out a peach blush because I tend to gravitate more towards a pinky blush, and this is really amazing if you swirl them all together. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Smudge Brow Kit, and I'm going to use the middle shade, which is the brown shade, and I'm just going to define my brows and fill them in. I'm not going to use a tiny little spoolie, so I'm just going to go in with a precise brow brush and dip into that powder and fill in my brows. I'm just going to go into the concealer with a precise brush and clean up the brows around the edges to make sure they look perfect. Go in with Smudge Brow Mascara, which is an amazing brow gel. It just brings your brows back. Also, Smudge only seems to release their eyeshadow palettes in December time, so if there are some new releases, if you would like me to review them or swatch them as you cannot see them in the pans, just let me know, comment down below, and I'll do that for you. I'm now going to go in with the neutral palette from Smudge that I got last year December. It does not have a name on the palette, but it is just a very neutral shade, and I'm going in with a cool brown in the crease, and then I'm going to go in with the darker shade in my eye socket and build that up into the eye socket and into the lower lid, the outer lower lid. Now I'm going to go in with one of the shimmers, and it looks like a more silvery gold on all over the lid. I'm also going to smudge that darker color on the bottom lash line. So I'm going to go in with the shimmer now all over my lid, just leaving a little space on the outer edge of the eye. And at the end I'm going to go in with the lighter, more pinkier tone just to brighten up the inner corner. And then I'm going to take the ivory creamy color and highlight the brow bone with it. going to go in the contour highlighting palette, and I'm going to use that lighter highlighting color, which is flippin' beautiful, and I'm just going to highlight the face. Now I'm going to go in with the Smudge Matte Fixing Spray and let that dry down. Now I'm going to go in with mascara, and I'm going in on the top lashes with the Extreme Lengthening Mascara from Smudge in black, and then I'm going to go on the bottom lashes with the Volume Waterproof Mascara in black from Smudge, and then I'm also going to take that to separate the lashes a bit at the top to give them more of a defined look, not a clumpy look. But this waterproof mascara on the bottom lash is freaking awesome. And like I said, I'm going in with the Smudge waterproof volume mascara at the bottom lashes, and I'm going to bring that up to the top as well, just to give the lashes more definition. Okay, I have 3 lipsticks, matte lipsticks from Smudge, and I'm just going to swatch them on the back of my hand. I have Creamy, Rich, and Magic, and then there's a lip gloss which smells amazing, but I'm not going to use. I'm now using the color Rich on my lips. It is a very nice lipstick. It is just a little bit dry. Okay, now I picked up a lip gloss which was very metallic, and I do not like a metallic lip, so I wasn't going to use it today. To me, you spend a little bit more and go get the Wet n Wild primer or an Essence primer. It's just making a matte foundation way too rich and dewy, especially if you are very oily. If you are very dry and you want to hydrate your skin and like moisturize the poop into it, then I would recommend this primer. But to me, just use your regular moisturizer for that. I wouldn't waste my money on this primer. It's not that it's not going to work for everyone, it just doesn't work for my skin. I used to have very oily skin, now I have medium to dry skin. Sometimes get a little bit oily in the T-zone depending on the product, and I can literally see a lot of shine coming through a matte stick foundation, which is normally more mattifying than a liquid foundation, so not a fan of this. The matte stick foundations I really like. They do not dry down extremely matte, that if you move your face you feel like your face is going to crack, which is really nice. I don't particularly like a stick foundation doing clients and stuff like that. It's not the most sanitary, but if you're using it on yourself, love it. They're darker shades for contouring. If you want to contour and warm up the skin a bit more, their darker shades are amazing, especially if you're more my skin tone. The Mahogany is just that perfect contour slash bronze. It gives you that perfect effect. So I highly recommend these matte finish foundation sticks. I love them. They also have the SPF of 15 in them. The concealer, the Smudge concealer, it's not the best concealer I've used, but it gets the job done. I'm not mad at it. I will use it again. It's not, I prefer this to the Maybelline one that comes in the square container like this. I'm not sure of the name of it, but it's very reasonably priced. As I said, there's not lots of shade ranges at the moment, so hopefully they'll come up with more shades, but it's not the worst foundation concealer under the sun. I think for the price it's a pretty decent concealer, and I'm actually finding that I'm having less creases under my skin than with my other concealers that I kind of like. Next up we have the blush duo. This blush duo, I have the peach one. They have a more pink toned one. This peach one is just amazing. It's a natural blush look. I have a lot of pinky blushes and I wanted to try out a more peachy one in a different brand, and I really like the way it just makes you look flushed, if I can say it like that. Also their brush that came with this contour palette is a very nice brush. It's not the most luxurious brush on the market, but it is very soft and it doesn't feel super cheapy. This contour highlighting palette is really awesome. I'm not too sure about this pink shade for blush for me because it is very sparkly. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it almost looks like it's got a fine glitter inside there. The contour, however, if you're very fair, would work awesome, and this highlighter is freaking awesome. It's a very the highlighter. You're not looking digging into the brush looking for your highlighter. This bronze natural bronzing powder trio is flippin' awesome too. You can stain this. It's a very like warm tone, so be careful if you've got a very fair skin. It will not work with your skin tone. To bronze up your neck area or wherever you want to bronze up and you want to glisten, mix these three together. They are flippin' awesome. I'm sure you could use, if you're lighter skinned, you could use lighter skin tone. You could use this as a highlighter, and if you've got a darker complexion, you could use this as a highlighter. So for the price of these, getting 3 little colors in one to me is a win. The pressed powders are very nice. I wouldn't say it leaves you with a matte finish. It leaves you with almost like a satin finish. It's not very mattifying, which I don't mind, because some matte foundations, my brain's fried. Some matte powders can leave your skin looking very, very cakey. So I really like this powder. You just, like I said, it is hardly pressed, so you've got to work that brush in to get the product. Well, I like a lot of powder, so if you don't like a lot of powder, lightly work it, but it's very, very nice powder. It says translucent. I don't see this as a very translucent powder. I see it as like for more lighter complexion skin. So just be careful with the powder. I wouldn't buy it if you're very tanned for a translucent powder, because I feel personally it's not a translucent powder. You can pick up their darker shades. I have the shade Hazelnut, and you can use this as a matte bronzer if the bronze trio is too warm for you. You can get a cooler one than this as well, a cooler tone. This little eyeshadow palette over here, it is at Clicks at the moment with, it's a little trio. It's got a tiny little mascara, an eyeliner, and then this natural eyeshadow palette. It is amazing. The pigment is there for your everyday matte look. This palette is a win. So if you that girl that buys one palette and uses it every single day, and you really like this palette, go pick up a few of them, because they only come out over end of October, November, December time of the year. So I have not, maybe at Discount, I don't know if Discount even sells Smudge, but at Clicks they do not have them unless they have them at a different branch. I'm not sure. I didn't run around looking for eyeshadows because I had them. The Smudge Brow Kit is really awesome. I'm not sure about the brow wax. I don't really like a brow wax because my skin can sometimes get a bit oily. So for me, the brow wax, I don't think I'd use. I might use it on a client, but this medium brown shade, I don't really need to use the darker shade, but it's really awesome little guide to have in your kit. And it comes with this really cute little brush, so for traveling it's really cute. I have plenty of brushes and spoolies, so I don't think I would reach for this. I might give it to my daughter, but that's no big deal. If you don't have a spoolie and an eyebrow brush, this would be perfect, and it is so affordable and it really works. This Smudge brow mascara, as they call it, really tends to fluffen your brows back up after you fold them in and make it look like you have this not drawn on eyebrow, that you actually have hairs, eyebrow hairs. It just brings your hairs back to life. So if you don't have very many eyebrow hairs and you use this after you fold it in, it just makes it look like you have way more hair. They do have brown, and then they have a darker shade. I'm not sure if it's dark brown or if it's a black one for people with darker brows. Now, these bad boys, the mascara, I have the Extreme Lengthening and the Volume Waterproof. The Extreme Lengthening is really nice. I just find it seems to want to clump my eyelashes together. I have very short eyelashes. I have a few of them, but they're very short. So by itself, I don't really like it, and I won't reach for it by itself. But with this, the waterproof volume mascara, I would use this to lengthen them and this one to space them out and make them look like lashes again, not a clump. And on your bottom lash line, this is the perfect, in my opinion, mascara to get those little baby bottom eyelashes, because I don't know if you can see, but like you can see every hair, like little eyelash hair that I have coated in this. They are amazing. Together on my top lashes, I like them. I tend to be very fussy with mascara, but this for my bottom lashes, I'm probably going to reach for every day, so I think I should go get some backups before they discontinue it or sell out or whatever. Not that I probably need to, but just in case. These guys, oh wait, The setting spray, it dries down, it doesn't leave any little driplets. I have used a setting spray before where it like at you and your face looks like it's running and you literally have marks all over your skin, and you have to go back into your powder and try and fix it if it's even fixable, because some of them are not fixable. This little guy here, the mister, like I said, is extremely intense, but it dries down nicely. I felt it like fresh, it's like a fresh feeling on the skin, like almost an awakening feeling. It also seemed to slightly mattify the foundation and everything. I think the reason why the foundation isn't so matte is because of this primer that we used. So I'd like to test these foundations and powders out with a different primer, but this is the only primer that Smudge has at the moment. So if you need a setting spray and you don't want to spend hundreds of rands, this guy's very reasonable. Just be careful, like I said, I would hold it quite a distance away. It is, don't know if you can see, it doesn't look very vigorous, but if you hold it over here, it's going to your face. So if you hold it here, it's not bad at all. Actually, then it smells. But as you can tell, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, it does leave little driplets, but it doesn't make marks, so that I can get past. Smudge Liquid Matte Lipsticks. Oh my gosh, where to even begin? These lipsticks are freaking awesome. They remind me a lot of the Kylie lip kits. They have quite a nice variety of shades. I haven't seen a really nice plain nude, but maybe it's just where I've looked. They've got a very nice red lipstick there at the moment, obviously for Christmas. I find they can be a bit drying if you wear them all the time. They dry down quite a lot. If you apply a lot of lipstick on your lips, you're going to get that crumbling, so it's just bear that in mind. But if you want a decent liquid lip, it's not going to cost you a lot of money. The Smudge Matte liquid lips are freaking awesome, and like I said, at the moment they literally have buy two get one free at Clicks. If you have a Clicks by you and you're interested in this makeup, I'd suggest you run on down to your nearest Clicks and grab whatever you're wanting. The lip gloss felt nice. I put it on my lips before we filmed. It was very smooth, nice lip gloss. It's a bit sticky, which I don't mind, but don't particularly like. This particular shade, I was a bit silly. I should have got a different shade. It's a little bit too metallic for me, so I'm going to be passing this on to my daughter because I'm not walking around with a metallic lip anytime soon. So she can have this. It smells amazing. It does feel glossy and beautiful, but it's just not for me. And that is it. That is our Smudge try on everything from Smudge makeup. And yeah, if you want to, oops, excuse me, I'm always knocking down stuff. If you want to see the other Smudge eyeshadow palettes that are releasing for Christmas, just comment down below and I'll go grab those up before they sell out, which I'm going to do anyway. Probably, yeah, I'm going to do them anyway. But if you want to see me use them and try them, or just swatch them and show you the shades that they come in, because unfortunately they're sealed and they don't show you what colors are in the palette itself. It's not like this guy that is see-through, so you can see your shade range. They are in like a little box palette, so you can't really see. But that is all for this video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Ring your bell so you're notified of my next video. And also, please give this video a like. Would really appreciate it. And also share the video with your friends, anyone that you know that's interested in makeup. And if there's anything else you want me to review, just leave it down in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye!